Hello everyone, what's up? My name is Muiz and I am the community manager here at Cloudways. And today I'm gonna be starting a webinar week here at Cloudways where we will be meeting our customers and talking to them about their business and how have they achieved their success in their business, right? So throughout the week, we will be meeting our customers who have been with Cloudways for the past few months or years, and we will be talking to them about how they scaled their business and what and how basically Cloudways helped them in achieving their goals and targets. So for the first session of the week today, I have with me a very special guest. His name is Great. Hey, he is the founder of WPFlat, which is a WordPress digital agency based in Nigeria. And today we're going to talk to Great about his business and how he managed to grew his business to this point. So first of all, Great, I would like you to please introduce yourself to our audience and tell us about your business.
All right, hello everyone, and my name is Great Opomu. Well, I'm actually a Nigerian, yeah, and I am the founder of WP Flat. WP Flat is actually a full stack WordPress agency, and what that means for clients who come to us is that we provide end-to-end solutions for those who have chosen WordPress as their platform of choice to grow their online presence. And we offer variety of services directly at WordPress and also related to WordPress. So first of all, we offer UI UX designs, and we offer website development itself, e-commerce integration, hosting and maintenance, and we also offer some digital marketing strategies and content development also, because we believe that using WordPress as your platform, there are many other things that makes it successful. So we are here to ensure that whatever you need for your website to succeed, we will be able to do that for you. And so that's what WP Flat is about, a full stack WordPress agency offering you all the services you need to succeed with your website. Yeah.
That's amazing to hear. Great. So how long have you been running this agency?
Okay, I've been running WP Flat since 2020, January 2020,
Okay.
though I've been working as a freelancer before then for about 3 years, but I started WP Flat early January 2020.
Okay, and it's been like about three and a half years that you have been running
Yeah,
your
3.5 years.
agency, right? Okay, great. And you have
Yeah.
always been based in Nigeria, right? From the start.
Yes, I have always been. Yeah.
Okay, so great. Let's kick off this Q&A, this insightful session, with my first question to you, which is I wanted to know, obviously, and our audience would be interested to know that who has been your inspiration when it comes to you starting your business, and what actually inspired you to start WP Flat.
Okay. First of all, who inspired me? I would say I don't really have kind of one person, but a lot. But the thing that inspired me to actually start WP Flats is because there are lots of possibilities with WordPress, and a lot of agencies who actually leverage on WordPress are not using this benefit. First of all, I come from a developer background, so I'm actually a developer before now. But I realized that when it comes to development, I think it's not for me, and going ahead with codes, it's not something I want to do. So I realized that WordPress with the database of plugins can actually do a lot. And I think the instance first hit me when I actually developed during the COVID session where all schools became remote. Actually developed an e-learning platform for a school, but not the usual e-learning platform, but a kind of e-learning platform that mimics if you know about Windows File Explorer, where the students can actually download their lesson notes. And when I realized that I was able to do this without code, though with the aid of existing plugins, I realized that I could do more with WordPress even without touching any line of code. And then I just said, I think it's something I can venture into full WordPress. So that's how I actually started.
And you have always been working with WordPress, or before you have tried out different CMS as well?
Well, I did try out Joomla. If you know about
Okay.
Joomla, also
Yeah, yeah.
Drupal, I did with
Okay.
those two. And but the thing is, because of my ecosystem, first of all, I'm in Nigeria. Do I offer services not just to Nigerians, but even to the UK itself. And but one thing I realize is the flexibility that WordPress has to offer than any other. So even though there are obvious competitors like Shopify, Wix, but
Hmm.
these platforms also offer the flexibility WordPress has to offer. And a lot of businesses who are getting started don't really have the budget to pay for a recurring fee for that of
Okay.
Shopify with what they
Okay.
need. And so therefore we have to just pull through with WordPress. And that's where I see why WordPress is actually better than the others.
So tell me more about the WordPress community in Nigeria. Like, is it a vibrant community in Nigeria? Do you guys have a lot of WordPress meetups or WordCamps in Nigeria, or is it, or that is not the case?
Well, generally, we do have WordPress meetups in Nigeria. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm very aware of one, which is the Lagos WordPress meetup. Yeah.
Okay.
But generally, I think even as WordPress is in Africa, generally, WordPress is still growing because there are lots of persons who use WordPress, but a
Mm-hmm.
lot are still yet to tap into the possibilities of WordPress. So I believe that when it comes to the Africa ecosystem, WordPress can actually still grow. Yeah.
Okay. And my next question is, that's great to hear. Great, because having these communities in Nigeria and other parts of Africa, I think it's going to be only good for the growth of WordPress, and obviously be benefiting you in the long run. So my next question is about, I think you mentioned a little bit
Yeah.
about that. Who is your target market? Who do you exactly serve when you talk about WP Flat? Who is your target market?
Okay. Well, we did not choose target market because we just went into it. But as time has progressed, we realized that we have to target markets in the sense this particular set of individuals always come to us. First is the education sector, and also the corporate sector. So, for example, the corporate sector, let's say those in the oil and gas industry just want to have a
Mm-hmm.
website that also offers some options like job posting and just putting out their products. They come to us for such. And for the educational platform, the education sector rather, we have schools and we
Mm-hmm.
also have media platforms. So, for example, we have a client which TechNext, TechNext of it's a news agency, but they educate audience
Okay.
on technology. So, the education sector and the corporate sector. Yeah,
Okay, so you mainly target the education and the corporate sector. Have you tried touching the
yeah,
e-commerce sector in Nigeria or in Africa? I believe that would be a huge, area to see.
yeah. Basically, we have, but as an agency, as a WordPress agency, we are focused on quality. And what we realize is that Africa, when it comes to e-commerce, it's not as rampant as that of the Europe
Okay.
or America itself. And so a lot of them are still coming up. And you know that e-commerce actually demands investment. And a lot of
Yeah.
these businesses are willing to go for low-level hosting companies. And for us, we rather not work with you than have us to suffer because e-commerce it's actually something that we we see as important to us. And so therefore we realize that it's not something we can really offer. Though we have one or two clients we
Okay.
service for e-commerce, but
Hmm.
generally it's still yet to take shape regarding the hosting space. I don't know if
Okay.
I'm got to on that point. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. Great. Next question is about, and then this is one of my favorite questions to ask. What are some of the challenges that you have faced when you were starting your business, and how did you overcome them? And are you still facing those challenges, by the way?
Okay. First of all, of course, when you first start, it's getting in clients. That's the one thing. But
Hmm.
we were able to resolve that because we kind of partnered with digital agencies, and because
Hmm.
digital agencies realized that even ourselves as WordPress agency, we do the things better than them, and so therefore we have to partner with them so that their clients who need website services can actually bring it to us. But right now we've established some authorities, so we don't really need that. So in fact, we have referrals from our existing clients and past clients, which it actually keeps us on the float. And the next part of it's actually when we first started was the issue of hosting. Truthfully, hosting was a problem
Hmm.
for us in the sense of on the regular hosting, it's difficult to actually manage in the sense of when it comes to backup, when it comes to easy migrations, and there are lots of things we need to do, technicalities like staging and even configurations of some things. It's actually slow, and if you don't have a better choice, you just have to stick with what you have. And I think that's the reason I found out Cloudways. That was, I think Cloudways, I found out Cloudways sometime 2021. Yes. And that's where I started using our Cloudways. Though I've been using other hosting companies like DreamHost. DreamHost has actually offered a good service, but the only thing we just had the issue is not on speed, but on technicalities, like what
Hmm.
DreamHost has to offer right now regarding backups. And the thing of cloud has to offer is the quick connectivity. So when we first started, we decided to say, okay, why not just use bare digital ocean? Why go through cloudways?
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
it doesn't it doesn't really make sense initially, but because I and my co-founders were trying to ask ourselves which would we use, and I said we should use Cloudways, and the reason is, yes, Cloudways is more like a furnished digital ocean in the sense of digital ocean is cheaper, but what Cloudways has to offer, that's quick backup, and in fact, not having to do anything with server
Yeah.
configurations, installing PHP, installing every other dependencies. We don't have to do that. And that is one thing. In fact, we even use Cloudways for our Laravel applications. My other agency, software agency, we use Laravel. And we actually still use Cloudways because when it comes to setting up Laravel, sometimes
Hmm.
it's time daunting, and so we just have to use Cloudways. And Cloudways has actually solved our hosting problem.
Hmm.
So the two problems, client and hosting, clients were able to solve that over time, and for hosting, we are able to use Cloudways to solve it. Though we still use other companies for or our clients who don't want to invest in quality, but nonetheless, we actually all the time recommend Cloudways, except on conditions where we see, oh, client is not able to. But
Yeah.
the beautiful thing about Cloudways is being able to install multiple websites. So I think we do something sometimes, just as the shared hosting companies do. So we actually
Yeah.
use maybe a server and give a space for a client. So maybe two or three clients can stay on one server because they are just a single information website, not nothing
Yeah.
much, and that actually serves them too. And so Cloudways actually helps us in a lot of way. Yeah.
That's actually great to hear from you, because the customers like yourself saying positive things about Cloudways obviously means a lot to us. And you basically
Yeah.
answered my next question as well, which was what attracted you towards Cloudways.
To
So if you
Cloud.
can just tell us a bit about that as well.
Okay. I've mentioned one already, but I think one thing too is when it comes to how am I going to put it? Well, first of all, the easy configuration and the backups. That those backups are important. I will tell you because, in fact, I've had several situations where a client's website sort of
Hmm.
had issues and had to just quickly recover, which it's difficult on usual hosting. Even on bare digital ocean, it's difficult. It has to take some time. But for cloud, it's just maybe in 2 minutes or 3 minutes, your last recovery is set and like as if nothing really happened. And that's one thing. we actually like. And another thing is that of Elastic Email. Elastic Email. We doing the configuration for Elastic Email directly. It takes time, and managing costs. It's one thing we don't how to manage the cost. Remember that Elastic Email directly, you have to pay about, I think that's about 5 cents every day for using the service. But on Cloudways, I don't know, because of the partnership, I guess, with Elastic Email, the offering is cheaper, and the connectivity is easier. So configuration with SMTP, on a usual case, we don't really need other SMTP plugins to do the configurations. And when we even do, we just plug in the Elastic Email API and we are good to go. So the Elastic Email one, the backup itself, that's two. And so those are the key things for us. And the free SSL, because SSL is difficult to install on bare cloud hosting, but with Cloudways, we're able to actually do that. So those are the three things that initially drew me to Cloudways, and
Mhm.
before I actually found out some other things. But those are the
That's amazing to hear. Great. Thank you for being honest with your answer. And we would love, obviously, we love these kind of feedbacks from our customers, such as yourself. So,
yeah.
my next question is, I think your past two questions actually is a summary of what I'm about to ask now. Is how has Cloudways helped you in achieving your overall success when it comes to WP Flat, where it was in 2020, where it is right now, in 2.5 years? How do you think Cloudways has helped you and WP Flat in achieving your
Mm,
goals, your business goals, and obviously your own goals as well?
okay. I hope I can be heard. Can I be heard?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Okay. Okay. First of all, I would say Cloudways has actually helped us in a lot of way to grow. And one thing which agencies overlook is when it comes to website management and the backups. Usually, what we do before now, we have backup plugins like all-in-one WP migration, and performing that constant backup. Sometimes backup fails, especially when the website is large, or even sometimes you just have to do it manually, which will actually take some of your time. And also trying to restore backup. We've had situations where a site was hacked and recovering the backup. Wow, the client has to, in fact, like, we need the website right now, and that causes us a lot of pain many times. But Cloudways actually solved that, and what that meant for us is we did not have to have the headache of what if this site is hacked, what will we do? So, but we know that if something happens, we can quickly revert to the previous. And even though we want to fix the current one, we can do that on the staging environment provided by Cloudways. And therefore, we would actually save our time. And when you compute these times being saved together, it has actually given us time to focus on the other things that really matters beyond website management.
Yeah.
So that's one thing Cloudways has actually helped us to achieve over the years. And another thing is credibility. For when we moved our client, one of our client, technext24.com, who happens to be one of the leading tech publishers in Africa, we were discussing with the CTO. Mind you, TechNext was already hosted in DigitalOcean. But one thing is, the CTO was like, why would I move from DigitalOcean to Cloudways? And I
Mhm.
told him it's simple. I know you're a tech guy, but there are other things you don't have time for: server configurations, the backups, and site security issues happen sometimes. And when we moved to Cloudways, first of all confessed that Cloudways is actually faster, way faster than DigitalOcean. And I think the reason Cloudways is faster than DigitalOcean, not just the reason, the technical valid reason is that Cloudways combines Apache with Jinx, and combining both actually gives a great force which improves the website performance. And him confirming that, and that's what a lot of clients clients confirm also, because a lot of clients are beginning to become aware of performance, and
Hmm.
therefore, because we give them a valid solution, they are willing to stay with us. And so a lot of our clients that are even using Cloudways are still with us till this day. It's just only one among the years we've been working, just one I can recall now that has left us and for another competitor. But for the others, they are still with us because they see the value that Cloudways
Hmm.
has to offer. Yeah.
That was a great response. I mean, I think you have done a lot of research on why Cloudways is better for WP Flat. It's not just the things that we see
Yeah.
from above. From above, it's the things are much deeper. As you mentioned, we pair Apache with engines and things like that. So a lot of our customers might
Yeah.
not even be aware of these technical configurations, but you being there,
Yeah.
looking after all these things, and having the knowledge of how Cloudways makes sure that your business is up and running and your clients' businesses are up and running. That's really impressive. Thank you so much for that feedback. Great. Uh,
No
so
problem.
uh, moving towards our next question is, and this is something that I am very interested in personally. What are a few of your successes that you are particularly proud of? What have you achieved in the past since you have, started WP Flat? Are there any projects that you are proud of? Or are there any clients that were super happy with you and you're proud of that? So can you tell us a bit in a bit more detail about that?
Okay. Well, I think what I consider a success when using WordPress, it's when okay in WP Flat, but WordPress, it's doing something that almost is impossible. I'll give one which actually made me like I was happy because I've achieved something. So for me, success is not about the financial gain, but more or less what I'm able to achieve beyond what my mind thought. And that was 2022. I think that was 2022 or 2021. No, 2021, sorry, yeah. Where we built uh, a custom event solution for Techness. So Techness was about to hold the largest conference, that's the largest crypto gathering in Africa. And they needed something to automate everything,
Hmm.
their attendees to scan and everything. And we know that they already trusted us as their agency, as the agency to provide every solution for them. So I thought, what are we going to do? Should we get a custom software for them, or what can we do? And for me, I go to a custom software when I see that it's not possible with WordPress. But I had to try. And so with the combination of full events, WooCommerce, and yeah, full event, WooCommerce, we're able to build a custom event solution. In fact, when you even go through the registration, you would not actually believe that it's WordPress, except you are told that it is actually WordPress. And when we did that, for now they were able to process at least 10,000 registrations over the course of 2021 to 2022, over 10,000 registrations with the solution that we built. So that again opened my mind, telling me that there's still so much more possible with WordPress, leveraging on the existing platforms. And I think that's where our uniqueness too stands, in the sense of not a lot of individuals can, a lot of agencies understand the power of these plugins, how to even combine them to build something that actually solves a problem for a client. So that's
Okay,
one of my
and is there
successes.
is there a
But
possibility
I
that
have
you can
more, but
share?
that's one.
Yeah, that you can share that website's link in the comments over here. Do you still have that link, or is it down now?
No, no, no. Don't worry. I can share it. Okay. I hope I can be heard. Can I?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I think you dropped in the middle, but now I can hear you.
Can I be heard?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can see that. It's events.technext24.com.
Yeah. Okay. I can be heard, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So that's it. And so we've been maintaining that and doing stuff with it since 2021, and it has actually solved the problem. And I think the thing is, other agencies would say, why not use something like Eventbrite or other popular popular event solutions. But one thing is that there is a kind of feeling that people have towards something they know that, oh, it is totally branded, it is my thing. And that is what we always want as much as possible, for brands to feel that, oh, this is for you and nobody uses it, just yours. And it gives them that premium feeling, and that's what we try to achieve all the time. Yeah.
Excellent. This looks amazing. Great.
So kindly,
And
you could even try it out. I think there is an event going on which is actually conference, Tech Next conference, and you could decide to register, see the notification, how it works, and you know that
yeah, this looks great. Great. This is amazing. I mean, the fact that you built this for out of WordPress, this is amazing.
yeah.
So, and you managed to get 10,000 registrations on it as well. I mean, this is something uh, very remarkable. So, kudos for that. So, so great. Lastly, I just wanted to get your. Now you mentioned that a lot of good things about Cloudways, and how Cloudways helped you in achieving your goals and
Yeah.
targets. Are there things that you would like
Yeah.
Cloudways to do a bit better, or are there features that you would like to see in the platform in the future? Do you have any that sort of feedback for us?
Yeah, certainly I do. And one of them is actually the team, because I realized that there are agencies who they just want to have their, in fact, they want to manage everything for themselves, but that's set up a Cloudways account for them
Hmm.
and give it to them, but you still manage it. But what we realize is that, for example, we have our own Cloudways platform. We cannot add that same email to another Cloudways account.
Okay.
Cloudways has to tell us that it already exists in the account. So therefore, we
Hmm.
just have to create a new email. But if we can have that team capability where a, another account can just invite us, just as Cloudflare does, another
Hmm.
account can simply invite you, and it will actually solve the problem. And that's one thing we wish that Cloudways can actually solve. I don't know the demand, but it's something I wish it can. Yeah.
Thank you so
And
much, great. Thank you for
yeah,
providing us with that feedback. I will definitely be forwarding it to the relevant
yeah,
people in our company. Lastly,
yeah.
great. Do you have any feedback, any tips or any advice for young entrepreneurs who wants to start their business like yourself in Nigeria, or who wants to start a digital agency, a WordPress agency in Nigeria like yourself? What advice would you be giving to them if they are starting a business like yourself?
Okay. Well, for me, first of all, I would say you have to love what you do.
Yeah.
Because for me, I realized that when I first started, it's either I lose when it comes to finance, or I just balance the books, not really much profit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what brought me to this point is my constant desire to deliver quality. So I'm not concerned whether the client values the product or the website I build or not. That's not my business. My business first is deliver quality, something that if someone else sees this, they would actually
Mm-hmm.
say whoever did this has done a wonderful job. And
Yeah.
it actually helped me because it opened opportunities that I did not expect. And
Hmm.
that is one thing I always tell people: just keep doing quality. Yeah, when you first start, the client you build for example, when we first started in our first, in fact, as a freelancer, first of all, not as when we first started, but as a freelancer, when I first started, at least 50% of the websites
Hmm.
I do, that's that same year it dies.
Hmm.
In other words, it goes off. Like,
Okay.
why? The client do not value it. And so if I had said that, oh, I've put so much effort in this, the client did not value it, so next time it's either I charge more so that the client will value it, or they go away. But when you are first starting, you just have to be realistic as much as possible. You
Yeah.
cannot charge high, one. And secondly, you have to deliver quality. Because there's one thing I understand in my mind. Even though I do a website that is worth $1 million for just $5, it is me who is paid for the work that knows
Yeah.
that, oh, I was paid $5 for this work. But someone else will see the work, will say, oh, this is a $1 million work. And that's the difference. So forget about the money when you're starting,
Yeah.
but as you proceed, you start seeing good returns for the value that you offer. And
Awesome.
it has actually helped us that we are able to get clients. In fact, right now we are seeing how we are actually pushing through into the UK market. And
Hmm.
the reason we are doing
Nice.
that is because opportunities have opened for us because of the quality we've been delivering and the standard that we have. We know that we can actually be among the top WordPress agencies anywhere in
Yeah.
the world. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that was amazing advice. Great. And
Yeah.
to conclude this session, I would like to first thank you for taking your time out. I know that you're a busy guy, taking your time
Yeah.
out for doing this session with us, and providing us with
Sure.
such detailed answers and insightful knowledge about web agencies and how to build one like yourself. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. Great. Thanks a lot for having us, and thank you everyone who watched this session. And I would like to tell them that there is another session lined up today with Mike Sishka from Reaction. So make sure that you stay tuned. We will be back in half an hour with another insightful session from one of our other customers. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Great. Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Bye
Thanks,
bye.
everyone. Yeah. Take care. Yeah.